all my regular subscribers, and welcome if this is the first time you're joining me. My name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as my website, odessamal.com, I hope to deliver messages to you guys that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. And today I'm doing a pick a card reading, diving into how you guys inspire others. I'm really excited about the topic, and I'm working with new decks, which is always fun. So pile number 1 is partnered with green fuchsite. This crystal is also called green muscovite, and it's commonly used for clearing energy out of the heart chakra or any kind of blockages. It's also used for alleviating stress, anxiety, or issues with codependency. Then pile number 2 is partnered with amethyst. Amethyst is commonly used for the third eye to increase psychic abilities, and this is in the shape of a point, and points are used to focus energy. By using a crystal point over a chakra, you can add energy by moving the crystal in a clockwise direction or move the crystal in a counterclockwise direction, and it will take energy away from that chakra. And then pile number 3 is partnered with blue kyanite. This is a crystal that's commonly used for the throat chakra. It helps you to speak your truth and birth new ideas into your life and into the world. So I'm going to give you guys a second to select your pile, and I'll see you in a moment. Hi, pile number 1. Okay, so I have your crystal here and your cards. These are going to tell me how you inspire others. So let's see what you've got. You have Dharma, you have Queen of Voices, and this is one of my newer decks, my Freda Kahlo deck, and it says, you are special, so be special. Decide to specialize in something for your creative success. This is perfect. This partners so beautifully together. Okay, so Dharma, this is talking about your life purpose. You know what you want to do in this life. There is some sort of creative endeavor, something that you want to specialize in that will allow you to stand out from the crowd. And I think that you're a naturally magnetic person. I think that you naturally are somebody who has a magnetism about them and really does have this sort of energy of success. And I think that you probably had an idea of what you wanted to do in your life for a really long time. That could mean that you've always known what career you wanted to go in, or you've always known that you wanted to get married and you wanted to have a particular number of children, or you wanted to have 5 dogs, or you wanted to study abroad for a year. But there are things that you're really passionate about that you've really focused and worked diligently towards for a really long time. You have actually sacrificed things to make these dreams come true. That could be that you've studied and worked towards, say, a particular career, getting a particular placement, studying under a particular craftsperson, or getting into a prestigious program, or working towards your master's, your PhD, or whatever you're passionate about. There are many of you that have been working towards this goal for a really, really long time. And you did set aside friendships and romantic relationships to cultivate this dream, this ambition of yours in your life, and people are really, really inspired by that. I think there's a number of people that were actually close friends or romantic partners with you that were the ones that were sort of on the back burner while you were pursuing these passions. And although at the time they might have felt like they were playing second fiddle to like all of your other desires and dreams, now that time has passed, because I don't think you're with these people or close with these people anymore, I think that they are really inspired by what you've achieved and what you have done, and their involvement with you help them to open up their eyes to the possibilities within their own life. You, I think, are an old soul, and I think you're getting messages directly from spirit, like downloads through your crown chakra, because there's a triangle, a pyramid shape behind this woman who's in meditation, and the same triangle is here above the Queen of Voices. The Queen of Voices is somebody who is definitely a leader and an entrepreneur, is very successful and able to communicate what they want. And to manifest anything into our life, we need to be able to be very clear about what we want, be able to verbalize that. But the flip side of her is that to some, she can appear to be cold or withholding, or that she could be snobby. There could be there might have been issues for you in the past where you felt like people thought you were discriminating against them, or you weren't giving them enough of your attention. And those people, although at the time they might have felt that way, now they feel like it was a beautiful blessing to have that time with you, because it was a life lesson. It helped them to consider shifting and changing the way that they viewed the world and allowing themselves to blossom. There's all of these images about metamorphosis and transitioning and changing. The butterfly going from the caterpillar through the chrysalis into emerging finally as the butterfly. And then flowers in full bloom. Well, it starts off as just a seed, and it has to germinate, and it has to be in the right conditions to flourish and grow. It takes time. Even these shapes behind this woman, they remind me of snowflakes, and snowflakes start off as just the water element, and then finally through the right conditions they become this crystalline structure, and they show off their true beauty. And that's what you've been doing in your life. I think you know that you have a special gift to share with the world, and I do get the energy that you want partnership. You want to have things that others might consider traditional, like having a partnership, children, having a foundational base. But you were willing to set that aside so that you could focus on achieving this goal and then come back to those goals as a secondary step in your life. So some of you might actually be getting married later on in life, or having children later on in life, adopting, having IVF, or, deciding that you are going to foster, things like that, which is also equally really, really inspiring to others. So let me get some more cards and find out a bit more about how you inspire others. Pile number one. Yeah, you have vision. You just got the vision card. You've always known what you wanted to achieve, and you were divinely inspired. You got discover. So if you really wanted to discover more from life, I think that you wanted to have a different life than your parents had had. I don't think that you were judging your parents or your family for the decisions that they made or what they had achieved. You got the discrimination card, and this is kind of partnering back with this Queen of Voices. I think others might have thought that you were discriminating against them, and they realized that you just wanted to blossom and grow beyond the limitations of the environment that you grew into. And you just wanted to discover more about the world, different cultures, and yourself. Figure out exactly what your capabilities are. And I think that as you achieved more and more and more and more, these people that might have had feelings of resentment, this is the revenge card, really started to see this as truly something that they could aspire to, because You got the criticism card, right? So that's that same story where they might have felt like you had been critical of them and their decisions. Now they see it as something that they aspire to with this principle card. That I think you have very balanced energy too. I think that you're a person that can be on their own. And that's really inspiring to others. You know, our culture in general can kind of really push us to be, in a way, codependent, where if someone is single for a long period of time, people question if there's something wrong with them, or, you know, if they're depressed, or if there's an issue. Like, just being happy, being in your own energy and doing the things that you're passionate about, there's something weird about that. And I don't think that you've ever felt that way. I think that I'm getting the energy of artists, you know, like artists like Vincent van Gogh, who would go off to a small town just because he wanted to be in a particular environment to paint. So that's the energy I get. Not that you don't like people. Like I said before, you have strong a magnetic frequency, and people love to be around you. And that's why I think maybe in the past you've had issues where people kind of got triggered by you a little bit, because the thing is that you're just like going about doing your thing, being your normal self, and these other people are meeting you, feeling your energy, and it's so new and different and enticing and exciting to them that they want to be around you all the time. And you're like, hold up, you know, we can have some separation here, some boundaries here. And they took that as rejection. But now, after reflecting, now they see that as truly like a life lesson, that you're very, very, very wise, and they're so grateful for that. I think that you see the world in a new way too. Like, I think that you probably are very creative, possibly with the way that you dress, possibly with the way, like maybe even the way you decorate your home, or you might just be the kind of person that's like an influencer, where like you discover musicians before people have really caught on, or like you're the person, I'm getting the energy where your friends come to you if they're looking for like a great book to read, or, you know, they're like, you know what's going on in the city, or in like, you just seem to have a, you know, your thumb on the pulse of what's going on. And I think it has a lot to do with these psychic abilities. I don't even think you realize that you're doing it. I mean, you're just going forward in your life, pursuing the things that you love. But your intuition is talking to you at all times. You think it's your own thoughts, and it's guiding you towards discovering all these new and exciting things. So you might be a person that ends up working, say, in the music industry, and you discover new talent, or, you know, like you are mining things that other people aren't able to see. You discover things before others. So how else does pile number 1 inspire others? Ooh, okay. So yeah, I think that you have a lot of style. I think that people would say that you're very attractive, but you might have like a really unique style. You know, you might be a person that just a trendsetter, somebody who takes risks with their fashion, or their hair, or their makeup, or maybe you just like to wear a lot of color. But like, I do get the energy here that like with this acquisition card, that you like beautiful things, you have beautiful things. Maybe you've already achieved your great success, and that has given you a lot of abundance in your life, and now you're able to purchase all the things that you have always wanted to buy. Like maybe you sort of were a bit more practical with how you spent your money and your resources in the past, because you were working towards a certain goal, and now you're able to indulge, but you're very generous about what you have achieved. I think that if you might be the type of person that would like cover the bill for all of your friends if you went out for dinner, or you're generous with your time and your attention and your advice. Like, I think that you're the type of person that if you had a friend and they were building a new business, you'd be happy to sit down with them and have coffee for like 2, 3, 4 hours talking about their business plan. Like, you like helping people. You really are, you're passionate about people stepping into their own dharma, and whatever you can do to help them helps you, and people find that inspiring, because the world we live in, a lot of people don't do that, and you seem like a very rare and exciting person to be around who's truly, I don't get ego energy from this. Now, I think you have a healthy ego. It's important to feel confident, and I think that you have a very healthy confidence. I don't get the energy that you feel like you're superior at all. You have exaltation. I think you have a lot of great gratitude for what you have achieved. And I don't think that you're easily manipulated or swayed in any unhealthy way by the flattery that you get. I think when people tell you, oh my God, you're so amazing, you have achieved so much, I wish I was more like you, you don't use that against them, you know, the way that they see you, and in a way they're kind of putting you on a pedestal. You don't use that against them. And some people would, like, you know, like they could get things out of people because they've been sort of like put this person on a pedestal. You don't do that at all. You're a very healthy person to be around and look to as a leader and as a guide, because you're going to help them to achieve their greatness. And I think that you are able to do that, and you have this healthy confidence because you've experienced loss in the past. And I think people recognize that, and they know that you've come from a place where you didn't have a silver spoon in your mouth. You weren't given everything that you needed to be able to just snap your fingers and make your dharma come true. This lost card, this crow, is picking the, you know, flesh off of this skull, you know, like you've had to scrimp and save, and you might have lost people that were guides to you. You might have had trauma in your past that made it difficult for you, and you had to overcome that. You had to like rise above it. That was your own metamorphosis, right? Turning from the caterpillar into the butterfly. And that has really, really inspired people, and to not just see the world, you're inspiring people to see the world in a more beautiful way, to trust their own instincts, and to pursue their own dharma, their life purpose, to not be so critical of their own limitations and push past adversity, and to have faith in others but not give over their power to others. Like, that is beautiful, beautiful energy. And as well, to really express yourself as authentically and as creatively as you feel fit to do, right? Because like I was saying before, this acquisition card really gives me the energy that you will go out there and you will present yourself in a way that feels authentic and unique to you, even if you're not wearing what everyone else is wearing, even if you're not listening to the music that everyone else is listening to. And I don't think you're a person that goes against the grain just because you want to be different. I think you just follow your heart, and that is what's so inspiring to others. So let me get a final card for you guys to sort of get an idea of how, like, you know, what in your energy inspires others. Let's go with, actually, I'm going to go with this new deck, my Starseed deck. So what about pile number 1 inspires others? Okay, amazing. Oh, I love it. So the first card you got is intuition. Trust your intuition. It's been guiding you to the answers that you seek. Absolutely. That's what we started off with. You listen to your intuition. I do think it comes through to you as your own voice. So you might not recognize that it's information coming from your guides. But it doesn't really matter because you're listening to it. As long as you are continuing to pursue your life's purpose, that's okay. You don't need to know where the information comes from. Your guides don't care. Then the next card you got is courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination. Yes, this is what I've been talking about. You have been pursuing your passions. You wanted to discover new things. You didn't allow that loss to throw you off course or make you feel jaded. And the praise of others does not cause you to shift your energy into a darker place at all. And then the final card you got is strength. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. You have steadfast confidence that the universe is helping you to achieve these goals, because I think that you feel like if you put your all into something, ultimately it has to work out in your favor. And I think that many of you might have experience with manifestation, the law of attraction, and you believe that if you stay positive, you will manifest more positive outcomes towards you. And you're absolutely right. If you haven't achieved your ultimate goal yet, believe me, this is unfolding for you. Absolutely. It is your divine purpose to do this. And people know that. They see that. They're inspired by it. They're grateful to know you. Keep doing it, because you're literally changing more than just your own life. You're literally having a ripple effect with everyone that you meet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated for you. If you did like it, you could hit the thumbs up. That would be a big help for me. You could share this video with someone else that might be interested in it. Join the family, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see you guys in the next reading. And if anyone is interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com, and you'll find out all my booking information there. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2. Okay, so I've got your amethyst crystal here, and these cards are going to tell me how you inspire others. So let's see what you have. You have Tantra, the Devil, and then this inspirational quote. This is from my new Freda Kahlo deck, and it says, "Your endurance will bring you success. Never defend yourself. Remain present in your heart." Wow. Okay, so you guys have balanced out your energy. That is the primary aspect of your life that really inspires others. The energy of Tantra is talking about, it can be talking about passion, it can be talking about relationships, but at its core, it's talking about a balancing of energies, masculine and feminine energies, which we all have within us. Then the Devil is talking about manipulation. It can be talking about addictions. It can be talking about codependency. Anything that is holding us chained in our own life, keeping us feeling like we are prisoners to, our self-limiting beliefs or our responsibilities to others. Or like I was saying before, addictions, things like that. And you've overcome this. I'm getting the energy that for some of you, you realized that you don't have to convince other people that the things that you want to pursue in your life are the right course of action for you. Like you might have been around people or in a family where you had a lot of like controlling energies around you. People were trying to sort of like bully you, is what I'm getting, into going on a particular path. And like that might just be the energy around you. Like those people might not be bullies, but they had strong opinions about what you needed to be doing in your life, and they were gonna sort of like force that onto you. Like the energy, an example would be parents that feel like you have to go to med school and nothing else will do, and you want to be a musician. That kind of energy where they actually mean the best for you, but ultimately it is going against your free will and it's putting you in a place where you feel like you're a prisoner. It could be issues with your health. This could be issues, like I was saying, with codependency. It could be mental health issues. This could also be talking about unhealthy relationships, toxic relationship dynamics, whether that's in a romantic relationship or whether that is like friends. But you've overcome it, and people are so inspired. Like, I really get the energy that you are a guide to other people that have overcome, or other people that are dealing with the same issues that you've overcome. They are looking to you to show them how you emerged from this situation. You guys won't be able to see it, but there is a butterfly here that's emerging from the flames. Very symbolic, very similar to like a phoenix rising. And I think for many of you, you've also really grappled with your own shadow, and you've learned skills like coping skills, and you've learned skills of communication and negotiation, and you've learned skills for emotional regulation, where you just don't allow yourself to get triggered by other people's behavior anymore. And it's like you are able to step back and look at things from a different perspective, and like it has liberated you. You know, you've become the butterfly. You're no longer in the flames. You know, like you can be literally around people that are in complete chaos, and it's like you are completely serene because you just have separated your energy from theirs, and people find that so inspiring, including myself. This is amazing. I love this energy. All right, so let me get some more cards and find out some more information about how you guys let's do this deck. How you inspire others. How does pile number 2 inspire others? Yeah, the first card that you got is the Birth card. So you have truly changed your life. It's like you've been reborn. So like I was saying before, some of you might have had issues with some sort of addiction, and you went to rehab and you battled that and you came out stronger. It could be you embracing what you've always wanted to do with your life, and now you're bringing those creative ideas into the real world. You know, you are embracing, instead of like the example I was giving before, instead of going to med school, finally telling your parents, nope, I want to be a musician, and you going and getting like a vocal coach, or, you know, getting that guitar you always wanted. And you are now really concentrating on what you want out of life. I think in the past, you might have been a little impulsive, and you've had that passion, right? That fiery energy. But I think that it kind of led you towards energies in the past that were like sort of laced with idealism, and it wasn't necessarily what was in your best interest. And you, through going through this transformation, birthing this new version of yourself, you have really concentrated, like I said, on what your goals were, the kind of person you want to be. And you got really practical about what you needed to do to create this new life for yourself. You allowed yourself to follow your inspirations, right? Like if you just had a dream that you always wanted to pursue, you allowed yourself to pursue that with enthusiasm, and you are finding out that you are so much more skilled than you ever imagined you were. You got the Flattery card, and it's bringing you great abundance that you are sharing with others. You got generosity and you got friendship, and you are now a guide to others about how they can overcome these same obstacles. And it's like you give them the playbook. That you got the Principle card. So it's like you are able to, like, I'm truly getting the energy of like and this won't relate to everyone, but someone who has overcome addictions and now they're an addictions counselor, you know, like, or somebody who had a physical disability due to an accident, and then they become a massage therapist, or they become like a physiotherapist, something like that. Like, you're helping others, you're guiding them based on the principles that you gathered through your own journey, and people are so inspired by it. Like, they really feel like, and you're still able to use this energy, right? You didn't lose the energy. You're just not making impulsive decisions about it. And that's where you're helping others. Those people that have that same energy and passion and drive, you really are helping them to like dive forward, which is so amazing. I really, really love that energy. So let me get some more cards here about how you guys inspire others. How does pile number 2 inspire others? Okay, let's see. Yeah, there has been pain in the past. There was something that happened in the past that was really, really painful for you. Now, it could have been, like I was saying, a relationship. It could have been a lack of security, because you got the 5 of materials, which is talking about poverty mindset. And you also got the 9 of voices, which is talking about deep wounds and painful depression. It's just deep sorrow and grief. You know, you've been in a place where you didn't have the resources that you needed. You didn't have anyone to turn to. You didn't feel good about yourself. You didn't know how you were gonna get through the next day. And you turned that all around. You decided to release baggage. You know, that might have been self-limiting beliefs. That might have been people from the past that were holding you back. That might have been your own feelings around your responsibilities. Like, realizing like, no, I don't have to do all of these things. I'm choosing to do all of these things. And now I'm going to choose to do the things that fill my cup and bring me towards my goals and help me to, you know, meet my material needs. You started to plant seeds. You got the 7 of materials. So this is like you're planting seeds and you're cultivating them. Like, you're working diligently every single day to eventually have a harvest. And then you got it. You got the 9 of emotions. This is talking about you having great gratitude for everything that you have in your life. That things are working out exactly the way that you wanted them to. You and others are seeing that. Like, they don't know how you got from this energy to where you are now. And I have a feeling that a lot of people actually ask you for advice. The energy I'm getting is that you might have people from the distant past email you or DM you, you know. And in a way, I think you're starting to get used to the fact that some people will come forward to you and just start small talk, right? People from the past, and not know exactly how to segue into a conversation, because really they're reaching out to you because they want to know your secrets. They want to know how you were able to do this. And now I think that you're getting used to that now. I think that there might have been a certain amount of social anxiety in the past, and now you're overcoming it. And the fact that you are this leader to others, is allowing you to still continue to grow and to blossom and really shine your light, which is so lovely. It's such a beautiful energy. All right, so let me get some final cards. I am gonna work with my new deck. This is another new one, the Starseed deck, to get 3 or 4 final cards that'll tell me about how you inspire others. Pile number 2. How does pile number 2 inspire others? Okay, they gave me exactly 4. Nice. So the first card you got is release. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. Exactly. You release people, like the Six of Voices was talking about. You release people. You released self-limiting beliefs. You released vices. You released all of the things that were holding you back from your greatness. No limitations. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. You started to tap into the energy of manifestation. You stopped thinking that you were what others had told you you were, right? Because other people that are in their shadow, if you shine your light too brightly, they might get triggered by that. So you might have had people in your past that had toxic behaviors and attitudes. They were telling you, you'll never do anything. You'll never achieve that. Why? Who do you think you are? And you're like, you know what? That's their thing. I'm not going to allow myself to make choices in my life about what I'm going to do in the future based on their perceptions of me. Like, no, I decide what I am going to do with my life, and I am the master manifester of my own life. So I will only fail if I believe that I'm going to fail. And you get that, and you've shared that with others. You're inspiring others by all of the success that you've had. And then you have magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. Yes. You know that you are enough, even if you failed. Because let's be real, we're going to fail some of the time. Even if we're totally on point with our manifestations, you don't succeed, every single time. You try something new. It takes time for the seeds to grow and germinate. And sometimes some of our failures are linked to life lessons and different things that we need to sort of work out karmically. And you get that, and you see yourself as a beautiful, amazing person. You might actually actively be doing things in your day-to-day to have more gratitude and see yourself as abundant and beautiful, like maybe a manifestation or gratitude journal, or you just say nice things to yourself. You talk to yourself in a different way, and that inspires others. Because I think that you actually share your tips. Like, I don't think that, like, you're not changing your life and then keeping it a secret. I'm not necessarily getting the feeling like you're out there on a public stage telling everyone, like, how they need to change their life. But your friends and family and the people that are around you, you do share that knowledge with them. And you got abundance. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. Oh my God, that's amazing, because that totally matches this double energy and the shift that took place in your life. You stopped wanting to do things based on how somebody would view you, or, the superficial and narcissistic reasons that sometimes we make decisions or why we pursue certain things. You released that. You decided that it's more important for you to be whole. It's more important for you to love yourself than for anyone else to accept you. And when you realize that, then you have this strong desire to try and not only change your own life, but that inspired you to try and help other people change their life, because it felt so good. You felt so good after you had released this energy that you had to share that with others. And then that started bringing in the abundance. And the abundance might have been new job opportunities, new people in your life, new, more lucrative opportunities where you're making more money, or you're just able to pursue your passions as a full-time career. Like, you just align with those doorways that are going to help you to stay in that balanced, happy energy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I'm so impressed with the transformation that you guys have had, and I can definitely see why people are inspired by you. If the reading resonated, please like the video, maybe share it with someone else that you think might be interested in it, and please join the family if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. I would love to have you. And if anyone's interested in having a one-on-one personal reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com, and you can find all the booking information for me there. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Hi, pile number 3. So I have your crystal here, the blue kyanite, and these cards are going to tell me how you inspire others. So let's see what you got. You got an extra card. So you got the Shuddha, which is the throat chakra. You got Vata, which is wind energy. And you got the 9 of inspirations, which is the 9 of wands. And then this is from my new Freda Kahlo deck, and it says, go to the depths of your heart, speak with who you are, and know yourself intimately. I love this. So you are inspiring others by speaking your truth, really knowing who you are intimately. I think that you have grown to have very strong boundaries. The 9 of inspirations is talking about the wounded warrior. You've gone through things in the past, really had to battle possibly your own ego, you know, like the self-limiting beliefs, the things that we sort of like tell ourselves are truths, and then we find out later on that they've actually been keeping us from achieving, you know, everything that we possibly could. And I think that you came to that conclusion because of this Vata energy, the wind energy, which would be connected to air, which is also communications. Tarot air is the sword suit, which is talking about communications. So you've liberated yourself. You're now creatively speaking your truth. So that could be you actually like physically speaking publicly about your experience or what you believe. You could be doing that in any number of ways. That you could be a teacher, you could be like public speaking, you could be a journalist, you could be a documentary filmmaker. I mean, like you could be actively speaking in a lot of different ways. But you could also be a musician where you are communicating through song. You are an artist and you're communicating through your creative work. You could be doing your communicating in a bunch of different ways, but it's this communication, your perspective, the things that you're sharing with others that people find so inspiring. And the fact that you have boundaries, but you do it in such a beautiful, fluid way. You know, this 9 of inspirations, that 9 of wands energy in a traditional tarot has this person that has bandages on them and they look like they have been through a war. And this beautiful figure is striding forward with confidence and fluidity. She is walking her path, and that's what you're doing. And it's truly inspiring to others. So let's get some more cards and find out what else about you inspires people. Group number 3. What inspires people? What about group number 3 inspires people? Oh, nice. What about group number 3 inspires people? Nice. Okay, you're definitely getting creative ideas, you know, downloads from the universe. You might not realize that it's basically psychic information that's being channeled to you. But you got the page of inspirations, talking about those brand new ideas that I think have been coming to you for a while. And now you are charging forward with them. The page of inspirations being that starting point. The idea comes through to you, and then you realize that it's filling up your cup. It's filling your heart. You got the page of emotions. And you can feel that like there's something inside you that's telling you that this is the right thing for you to pursue. This is the right path forward. And you have decided to charge forward, the Knight of Inspirations, take action based on that idea. This firework always makes me think of like an idea just bursting forth in your mind. And you're giving yourself an opportunity to speak your truth and have that new beginning. So this could be a new pursuit as far as your career goes, or it could be a hobby, a side hustle, it could be any number of things. But you are fine. It could be you actually talking to another individual and saying, this is what I think, this is what I want, this is who I am, and being honest and authentic with everyone that you meet. This could be you starting a TikTok, talking about your own journey. And through that, you have emerged as the emperor. This is like the master alchemist. The emperor is the embodiment of all of the kings, and the kings are the master levels of each of the suits within the tarot. So communication and empathy and being an entrepreneur, being inspired, a leader, and being abundant. Like, you have it all, and that has brought you into a position where you have the 10 of materials. So you have all of your material needs met. You're extremely financially stable. You might have had so much success that it's truly like intergenerational wealth, but it's also brought you a community of people, and it's helped you to really blossom and grow. And maybe you've started your own business, or you have some sort of product, or you have a platform of some sort that is allowing you to share this message. And it's very inspiring to others. Like, they really, I think, you kind of, I'm getting the energy here that this sort of took people off guard. They weren't expecting this from you, to be honest, because I'm getting the energy that for some of you, you might have been even described as a wallflower before, or you were really quiet, especially when you were children. You might have been really, really quiet, and in reality, you were observing. You weren't needing for all eyes to be on you. And you were observing and you were listening, and that's a very, very good skill to have, because the more you listen to your own internal voice, the more in alignment you will be if you take action with it, and that's what you've done. So what else does, it just hit me in the face. What about pile number 3, inspires others? About pile number 3, inspires others. Okay, cool. Let's see here. So yeah, you definitely have been listening to your own intuition and getting downloads from your higher self, your guides, whether you recognize that that's where the information is coming from or not. You got the Power card, and this card to me is always talking about psychic abilities, like those doorways in our own mind, being able to open those and see things through a different lens, have a different opportunity become available to us, as well as the health card. So you might have had health issues in the past, and you really tackled some of those things. And you either overcame whatever the health obstacle was, or you reframed it. You reframed it so that it wasn't a limitation in your life anymore. You reframed it so it was actually became a strength. That might have been one of the things that you were talking about with others, and it allowed you to talk about your experience with empathy, so that other people felt like they could relate to you and be heard. You might again have been getting information from spirit, because this card talks to me about clairaudience. So clairaudience, when it comes through to people, that's getting messages. It's the gift of clear hearing. But oftentimes people don't recognize that that's what's going on, because they're not like hearing an auditory voice outside of themselves. You're hearing your own internal voice. But the voice, the intuitive messages that were coming through to you were telling you that you needed to be cautious of the ego of other people and the things that the self-limiting beliefs that others were placing on you. You got the revenge card, you got the caution card, you got the egotism card, and really sort of like question the motivations of others. If they're telling you things that are actually going to help you to achieve something, or whether they are trying to keep you in a place of disempowerment where they can be the big, powerful person and you're, reliant on them. Now, this could also be talking about you overcoming your own trauma, where you released the power that others had over you because you decided that you were going to take control of your own life and you weren't going to be bound by your, role, your relationship with that person anymore. And you were going to discover a new way of expressing yourself, living your life. You're going to try and pursue those things that you love, those passions. And you really did start to focus on appreciation, so gratitude, the things that you love. You started to see the world as a abundant place full of opportunities, a full cornucopia. And I think that it was also your intuition that was helping you to sort of see things in a new way. It's like when you have those epiphanies and you're just going about your regular day and all of a sudden you notice something that you hadn't noticed before. It's that kind of stop and smell the roses kind of moment in your life where you're breathing for the first time, or something clicks, someone says something to you and you're like, wow, this is total BS. I don't need to listen to this anymore. Why did I ever listen to this? Why did I believe this? You release that and you started to have exaltation about your day-to-day life and the opportunities around you. You started to be excited about what you could achieve, because this card also has cornucopias on it. It's like, what can I do? What can I achieve? You got the achievement card, you got the enterprise card, so maybe you started your own business that brought you great fortune. Whatever you decided that you were going to pursue, you've been successful at it. Now, I don't think for most of you that you're already at the pinnacle of that success. I think you're building momentum, because I'm seeing somebody slowly pushing a boulder up a hill. And you are going to get to the top. You're being practical. You're really being wise about the steps that you're taking forward. And you are making sure that you are, what I'm getting is you're double checking with your heart. Going back to this page of emotions card, you are pursuing your goals and you're staying practical, but you're not allowing the energy of practicality to border into self-criticism or being overly cautious, right? Where we don't want to take risks because we don't know how it's going to work out, or making decisions based on ego that will help sort of get the appreciation of others, but doesn't necessarily work towards our ultimate goal. You recognize that it's about how you feel about yourself. It's about speaking your truth and being your authentic self, knowing yourself intimately, right? Like this initial card was talking about, that is what then brings you into alignment with other people, and then also brings you all the material success. And for some of you, it might be beyond that. It might not just be you having all of the material needs that you have in your mind met. You have more than enough money that you need to survive, but also you're able to experience and discover all the things that you've always dreamed of, whether that is traveling to a certain place that you've always wanted to go to, or just being able to say, work a half week, but make a full year's, full week's salary, only working part-time, those kinds of things. You trust that spirit will help you to figure out how to achieve those things, which is beautiful. It's a true inspiration to others. I'm getting the energy for some of you. You might even write a book on entrepreneurship, and or whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever your skill set is. You will pass on this knowledge, but I do get the energy that you're building your empire, if you will. You could very well be running your own small business, and it's going to grow to the point where you have many employees underneath you. And I feel like the success of that is down to the fact that you want others to be able to have that same success that you've had. You know, you want to inspire others to be able to fulfill their purpose, because the energy I'm getting is that you recognize that by pursuing your own passions, you liberate others. Because let's say, for example, you run your own business. You understand that you're going to need other people that have different skill sets to be able to make this a success. And although your passion might not be photography, you might need a photographer to help you with your ad campaigns, or you might need somebody who's really skilled at computers to help, you know, set up your network, or someone who's great at social media to do that. And those people that you hire will be passionate about their chosen field. So you pursue your passion, and it helps liberate other people to pursue their passions. And then as they grow their skills, then let's say the person who's really passionate about marketing, they come to work for you, they're freelance, they're building their own side hustle, and then they're able to also help all of these other people, because say they hire someone, a graphic designer, or they hire that photographer I was talking about before. You know what I mean? It's an ecosystem. We are all supporting each other. It's very similar to what's going on with nature. We all have to diversify, follow our passions, because there's enough for everyone, and we're all allowed to have our own unique voice, right? That's what you're doing, and that is inspiring others. So let's get a couple more cards and find out some last thoughts about how you inspire others. Group number 3. Okay, great. That's another new deck. Okay, so you got choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of your choice. Yes, you decided that you were going to pursue your passions, and you didn't allow anyone else's agenda to derail you. You got free spirit. Be a free spirit. Sorry. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. Yes, I think for some of you, you might have actually been sort of like bouncing around for a little while, you know, like you were pursuing a bunch of different things. You weren't entirely sure exactly how you wanted to share your message. You know, you might not have been sure what the platform was going to be, for example. You knew generally what you wanted to do and the people you wanted to connect with, but you didn't necessarily know how you were going to do it. You allowed spirit to guide you. You got blue star. Follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. Yes, blue star. The throat chakra is connected to the color blue. And the energy of, you know, the star is all about like making our dreams come true by listening to our heart. So, you know, we've been talking about that. You have allowed yourself to be guided. You listen to your heart, and you are truly in alignment with the concept of manifestation, based on, if I really want something and I work diligently at it, it will be mine. You've got release. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. Yes, you released all this ego energy, people in your life that weren't helping you. You released any self-limiting beliefs, and you have transcended. You got transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Yes, I think that for many of you, you've wanted to be successful, right? Like many people want to be successful and have lots of money and have, you know, like all the, you know, all of the material abundance that they can get their hands on, so that they can open themselves up to freedom, basically. That's what you wanted. You wanted freedom. And I think that that's where you finally realized it's not about the money. It's about being able to be free. It's about being able to be authentic. And then when you realized that and you stepped into that, that's when you got all the money, which is amazing. And it's truly inspiring to others. It's such a wonderful lesson to have learned. And it's something you can truly share with others and like truly liberate them. It's beautiful. I can see why people are inspired by you, pile number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like the video or share it with someone who might be interested in it as well. And if you haven't already joined our family, please subscribe to the channel. I would love to see you in the next reading. And if anyone is interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, please go to my website and check out all of my services there. I do all of my booking on my website, and I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Have a great day. Take care.